Hello students, welcome to MJC Learning. Today we are going to learn chapter number 4 of economics, that is supply analysis. This is part 5 video. In part 4 of supply analysis, we have seen assumptions of the law and also the law of supply. Law of supply says higher the price, higher will be the quantity supplied, and lower the price, lower will be the quantity supplied. There is always direct relationship between price and quantity supplied. There are certain assumptions of the law, means we assume that these things remains constant. These assumptions are constant cost of production, no change in weather conditions, government's policies remain unchanged, no change in transport cost, prices of other goods remain constant, no future expectations, no change in technique of productions. So these are the assumptions we have already seen in part 4 video. Assumptions mean something which we assume, which may not hold true, but still we assume that if this thing happens, then the law of supply becomes true, means higher the price, then higher will be the quantity supplied, and lower the price, lower will be the quantity supplied. In this video, we are going to learn about exceptions to the law of supply. There are some exceptional cases where supply tends to fall with rise in price or tends to rise with fall in price. Means there are certain cases where even if prices are less, supply is still high, or if prices are high, supply will be less. As you know now that there is direct relationship between price and quantity supplied. But there are certain exceptional cases where it can go indirect relationship, inverse relationship. These are the points, or we can say exceptions to the law of supply. They are supply of labor, agricultural goods, urgent need for cash, perishable goods, and rare articles or goods. Let us see one by one. First, we understand about supply of labor. In supply of labor, it is labor supply is the total number of hours that workers to work at given wage rate. This we will understand further with the help of diagram and a table. So let us just understand what is supply of labor. Supply of labor means how many hours a labor is working. That is supply of labor. In case of labor, as the wage rate rises, the supply of labor, that is number of hours of work, would rise. That means if labor is getting a wage, uh, then he is working for particular hours. As wage rate increases, then the labor is putting more effort, means labor is giving more work to more hours to work. So as wage rate increases, then supply of labor means we mean to say here the hours of work that labor is giving. So as wage rate increases, then hours of work also increases. So what happens then? The supply curve slopes upward. Further, the supply of labor decreases with increase in wage rate. Thereafter, supply curve of labor slopes backwards. Means in supply of labor, what happens? Initially, whatever wage rate a labor is getting, labor is giving that many hours of work. Further, when wage rate increases, labor is giving more hours of work. So here, higher the price, higher is quantity supplied. So your supply curve moves upward. But then further what happens, if when still wage rate increases further, instead of increasing their hours of work, now hours of work decreases. And so your labor supply curve moves backwards. Let us understand this further. See this diagram. See this table, sorry. First shows wage rate per hour in rupees. then hours of work per day, and then total amount of wages in rupees. So if a labor is getting 100 rupees per hour, he is working for 5 hours, so total he is getting 500 rupees in a day. Then labor is getting 200 rupees per hour, so labor is happy to get 200 rupees now. His salary has increased, his wage rate has increased, so what happens now? Labor is giving 7 hours of work, so he is earning 1400 rupees. Now what happens further? If we increase salary of a labor, it increases to 300 rupees per hour. Here, instead of increasing hours of work from 7 to more, now what labor is doing? Is giving 6 hours of work in a day. That means his hours of work has decreased. So even if the price has increased, the wage rate has increased, still the hours of work has decreased. And here, even if hours of work has decreased, labor is getting 1800 rupees, which is still more than when he was working for 7 hours. So what happens as per the labor's mentality, a person's mentality rather, a person is now working for less hours because that person knows that even if he will work for less hour, he will get more salary. So here your supply law goes wrong. You can see higher the wage rate, lower is hours of work labor is giving. Let us see the diagram. X-axis and y-axis. We have x-axis which shows supply of labor, that is hours of work. Then y-axis which shows wage rate in rupees. As you have seen the table earlier, when the wage rate was 100 rupees, labor was giving 5 hours of work. Now as wage rate increased from 100 to 200, now labor is giving, from 5 hours, labor is giving 7 hours of work. From 100 to 200, labor is giving 7 hours of work. Now further, when wage rate increases from 200 to 300, because of leisure time, now labor does not want to work for more hours because anyways he is getting more wage, more salary. So now what happens? Now labor, instead of working for more than 7 hours, labor is working for less hours, that is 6 hours. So we get 3 points here. One is S point here, then A point here, and then S1 point on the top. Initially, you can see your supply curve is increasing, showing that it goes as per the law of supply. Higher the price, higher is the quantity supplied. But then further, it is an exceptional case where it shows that even if price is higher, still supply of labor or hours of work is lesser. And so your supply curve bends backward. This is your backward supply curve. So the backward bending supply curve shows that as the wage rate rises, the supply of labor falls. Thus, there is backward slope in the supply curve. So, AS, this AS, sorry, SA shows your increasing supply curve, that is upward supply curve. Then AS1 shows your leisure time. Leisure time means they don't prefer to work for more hours. And finally we get supply curve, which is starting in starting it is moving upward, then further it goes backward. So this is called as backward bending supply curve, which is written as SAS1. Here you can see first it is written SAS1, which shows backward bending labor supply curve. So I hope you will understand this diagram. This is the first exceptional of the law of supply, which is labor supply or supply of labor. which shows that when prices is high, wage rate when wage rate is high or when prices is high, initially labor tends to work for more hours, but then later on, even if prices are increasing or wage rate is increasing, labor supply is still decreasing. Their hours of work are decreasing. So this is your first labor supply exception. Second exception to the law of supply is agricultural goods. Agricultural goods means goods which are which we get through the agricultural production. The law of supply does not apply to agricultural goods as they are produced in a specific season and their production depends on climatic conditions. Students, agricultural goods are those goods, as you know, that they depend on climatic conditions because they are basically agricultural productions. So you cannot increase as per your wish. If let's say in particular year there is no rainfall or rainfall is very scanty, then what will happen? May you that you may not have that particular production of that crop. So that in that cases, even if you are ready to pay for more amount, you will not get particular production because that production did not take place as rainfall was not there. So agriculture goods are those goods which depends highly on nature. In this case, your law of supply, which says higher the price, higher will be the quantity supplied, and lower the price, lower will be the quantity supplied, does not hold true. Because if the production is only not there, if in particular year that crop only did not grow, then how the farmer will be able to give you more of that production even if you are ready to pay more price. So agricultural goods are second exceptions to the law of supply. Third comes urgent need for cash. If the seller is in urgent need for cash, he will supply a large amount of commodity even at lower price. If a seller is in some problem is in some problem, or a seller has some emergency or some any bad situation where a seller needs money, then what will happen? A seller will sell his commodity at lower price because at that time, at that period, that seller needs cash, urgent need for cash. So what will happen? That seller will sell the commodity even if at a lower price. So again here also the law of supply does not hold true. Next is perishable goods. Perishable goods are those goods which becomes stale, or you can say it goes they are likely to decay or go bad quickly. मतलब वो जल्दी खराब हो जाते हैं. Perishable goods मतलब ऐसी चीज़ें जो जल्दी खराब हो जाती है. For example, vegetables, milk, etc., fruits, etc. So in case of perishable goods, the supplier would offer to sell more quantities at lower price to avoid losses. For examples, vegetables, eggs, etc. Again, perishable goods. In perishable goods, what happens if a seller is not selling it for 2-3 days, then that particular food becomes bad. That quality of the food becomes bad. So that seller has to sell that commodity in 2-3 days. So that seller has to keep lower price so that that quantity gets sold off quickly. So again, perishable goods is one of the exceptions to the law of supply because lower the price, then only the demand will be higher. So what happens? Supplier or seller is selling the commodity at lower price, more of the commodity. He is selling most of the commodity at lower price. So again, here the prices are less and supply is more. So it goes against the law of supply. So perishable goods is again the one of the exceptions to the law of supply. And then comes rare articles. Rare articles are those articles which are not found in large numbers, like some paintings, some antiques, which are not made for which are not made in larger quantities. They are very costly. So antiques, artistic articles are exceptions to the law of supply because a change in price cannot change their supply. These rare articles are always either we get it from nature, or else some paintings are there, something like which are very unique, which are very artistic, which are very rare in nature. So even if you are ready to pay more prices, you will not get you will not get such articles in more numbers, in more quantities. So rare articles also an exception, where even if you are ready to pay more price, higher the price, still quantity supplied will be less, because they are rare articles. So students, this all are exceptions to the law of supply. Exceptions means there, exceptions means here, law of supply does not hold true. Your law of supply says higher the price, higher the quantity supplied, and lower the price, lower is quantity supplied. But in all these cases, this particular law does not hold true. So these exceptions are rare articles, perishable goods, agricultural goods, urgent need for cash, and most important, labor supply or supply of labor. So I hope you will understand this. This is part 5 video. In part 6 video further you will see the change in supply. Thank you.